In today's tutorial, I'm gonna be showing you how to make this beautiful crochet bottom to match with this crochet roses top that I made. For this crochet bottom, I'm making on a size medium for hips from 34 inches to 36 inches. But in the pattern down the description below, you can find 4 other sizes from extra small to large, okay? Or even you can customize for an extra large. It's not very hard, and I'm gonna explain on the way on during the video. So to make this bottom, I'm gonna use around less than 100 grams of cotton thread. Okay, this 3-ply thread, but you can use 4-ply as well and you won't change much. The only thing is that if you use 8-ply, the number of rows will change because the rows are gonna be a little longer, okay? My gauge is 6 double crochets by 3 rows to 1 inch. Okay, and that's the gauge calculation for you guys to know. So I'm gonna use a hook that's 2.25 millimeters, and I'm going to use this jewelry elastic to make this bottom actually elastic, and so it holds on the body when you go on the pool or when you go for a swim or anything like that. So let's dive into it, and I'm going to explain step by step how to make this gorgeous bottom for this summer that's coming now. Now, before we even start to make this crochet bikini bottom, I want to show you something. So this is an underwear that I have, and this is a bikini I made the other day. I want to show you how you can guide yourself when you're making a crochet bikini bottom in one of your underwear or even another crochet bottom that you made before. So this is the length. So what's important here is important the length that I have, because I have to go all the way around the crotch to the back, and so the height's important, and the width mainly here, so it's gonna cover what it has to cover, okay? I normally make them both on the, so this is the front of my panties, but they have a moderate coverage. Like if I want to make it cheeky, I just really copy the front and make the front the same as the back, like I did here. So this is a cheeky coverage, okay? If you want more coverage, I'm gonna show you along the way how to increase the coverage on the back if you want a moderate coverage, okay? So let's get started. I'm gonna guide myself using these panties here, okay, because I wanna make a similar shape for this bikini. And so I'm gonna be using these along the way. And this is, so this is a medium bottom, and this is a medium underwear. And I'm gonna be making a medium size, okay? So that's what you can do if you wanna make for yourself, or if you want to make to any of your friends as well, you can guide yourself doing this. This is also good for the width of your bottom if the bottom doesn't have tie strings like this one has, okay? So I'm going to start this bottom exactly like I did on this one. This is another bottom, it's not the same one, and I'm going to start in the middle, going this way and then going this way after. So to start this bottom, I'm going to make 12 chains. And then double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, and then double crochet across in each stitch. So you should have 10 double crochets at the end. I always count the 2 chains on the beginning as a working stitch, so it's 9 double crochets and the 3 chains on the beginning. Okay, that's what I have now. Now I'm going to chain 2, turn this way, and then work double crochets all the way to the other side. And then I'm going to repeat this row for 6 rows, okay? I'm gonna make this exact same row I'm doing now for 6 rows. So now chain 2, turn the work and repeat until you count 6 rows on the beginning here. Now I made 7 rows. Actually I made one more, 2, 4, 6. I actually made 8 rows. So I made 8 rows here, just changing a bit from the in the pattern this will be changed. So 8 rows here, just to follow along with these paintings because I like their shape. And now I'm going to chain 2 again, and to start making that shape that actually opens here, I'm going to double crochet in the very first stitch. That way I'm going to start increasing to make the shape wider. So I'm going to increase 1 at the end, at the beginning. And I'm going to increase 1 here in this stitch just before the chain. So 1, 2 double crochets in that same stitch, and then 1 last double crochet at the end in that second chain, and then chain 2. And now we are going to make just a normal row, so we will be increasing every second row only to make this back cheeky. Well, this can be either the front on the back or the back, they're gonna be the same. So here I'm not increasing, but as you can see, the shape already starts to change. So on the next one I'm going to increase, and so I'm going to increase every second row from now to get this shape here, okay? And so I'm going to increase all the way to around here, and I'm gonna show you how many rows I have later. And then I'm going to change the shape from here to here because I want 2 strings around each side, okay? So keep repeating this, and I'll come back with the number of rows that you have to have for a size medium. Any other size will be in the pattern down the description below. So I made 19 rows, and on the last 5 rows I increased every single row, so this would follow the shape of my paintings, and that's what you can do as well. So increase when you need to increase more, increase in every single row. When you need to increase less, you decrease every second row. And that's what you do as well on the back of your bikini bottom, if you want the coverage a bit wider, okay, a bit more moderate in this case. So what you can do as well to get to this coverage here, I'm not gonna do it like right now, but what you can do is starting from here, we're gonna start here the other side. I will be making cheeky like I did on the front, so I'll be copying the same thing I did on the front. But what you can do on the back is straight away from here, make just 1 row with 10 stitches, and then from here start increasing 2, or even start increasing 2 on each side, okay, instead of 1 only. So increase 2 on each side for a few rows until you get to this width, of the same width of your bikini or underwear, And then from there, when you reach this size here, then you start to decrease only 2 or only 1 on each side, or every second row like we did on the front. So that's how you shape the bikini bottoms. It's just increasing or decreasing every time you decrease, you increase on one side, you have to always increase on the other one because they have to be exactly the same, okay? So from here, what I'm going to do is I want this to go straight for a little bit, just straight like this, or even this shape here. So what I'm going to do is chain 2, and then I'm going to make 2 together here because I want to shape it like this, going inside, going in. I'm going to make the 2 chains to start with, and then I'm going to double crochet 2 together. So I'm going to start shaping that way. Okay, and so just repeat this all the way to the end. Just double crochets really, and when you reach here, you're gonna make only 1 stitch at the end. You're gonna skip this last one, and that way you're gonna decrease on the other side as well, okay? Now repeat the same thing on the next row. Double crochet 2 together on the beginning, double crochet across in each stitch, and then skip 1 at the end as well. And then I'm gonna be making 1 more row where I'm going to make just 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet to finish this part here. Cut the yarn there, and I have 22 centimeters or 8.5 inches, which is perfect for a medium size. And now I'm going to start working on the other side. Make a slip knot. Then we're gonna be working right in this second chain on the beginning of the other side. Pull it through, chain 2, and then work on the back of each chain. Just grab the stitch like this, put that tail inside there to hide it as well. You can sometimes use a smaller hook to do that if you prefer. It's to make it easier. And then the last stitch here. Now this side, I'm going to make exactly the same of this side, okay? If you want it bigger, as I said before, and I'm going to repeat, so if you want it bigger, just consider start increasing from here, okay? If you want a moderate coverage, so increase 2 stitches in every row all the way to the end, okay? If you want a cheeky coverage, just repeat the same number of rows and increasing the same way we did here. And we're gonna also finish both sides with this little part here that kind of goes in this way, just to make it, just so the shape of it looks better after it's ready. So I'm going just to copy the exact thing that I did here because I want a cheeky coverage. Now, after I finished both sides, I made 70 chains to each side here for the first string, and then a slip stitch in that first stitch there, and the same 70 chains to the other side. This can stay the same for almost all the size. Maybe for a large you can make 80, or just put around your body and see how many you need, okay? Or even compare with your underwear and see if it's wide enough, okay? It's good to have the same exact size because this is we're gonna add elastic later, and this is gonna hold on the body with the elastic, so not with this, okay? So don't worry if it's a little bigger than what it should be because the elastic's gonna hold the whole piece together. So now I finished here with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to make a full row all around it with single crochet. I'm going to single crochet in every stitch and also in every chain going to the sides. So one single crochet to each stitch around the entire bottom waist part, okay? Now after you made the row, the single crochet row all around the piece, we're going to slip stitch in this first stitch here. Just make a few chains so it doesn't open, because now we're gonna add elastic here. Okay, this time I'm making in a different way. I'm using this elastic here. That's silicone elastics made for jewelry. Okay, but you can work with it as well. So I'm going to start here as well. I'm actually going to start here. So in this, from this last chain here, I'm just going to make a slip knot. Hope you can see this because this elastic is almost clear. And I'm gonna pull it inside that stitch and just close the stitch this way and work one stitch here just to make a slip stitch with it, so it won't open because this elastic's a little slippery, okay? And then go into the second stitch and just single crochet. Single crochet, so single crochet in this part here, and then when you reach the first side string, what we're gonna do is, as you can see, it's already a little elastic, and here what we're gonna do is we're gonna make one single crochet each second stitch. So I'm going to skip one, okay? This way this is gonna be even more elastic, so skip one there, and in the second one skip one to the next one, skip one into the next one. Make sure to always work this very stretched. Now getting to the end, make sure you tie a really good, make a really good knot here, and then we can work this next row on top of that elastic. Now this is what we have now. As you can see, it's stretchy. And now we're going to work last row here. Just make a loop to start here, and then chain 1, 2, 3, make 2 double crochets in that same stitch. I'm making this edge, you can make another edge if you prefer, and then skip 1, 2, make a stitch this third stitch here. So we're not gonna be working these stitches we just made with the elastic. We're gonna be working underneath. So 1, 2, 3, and make the single crochet here. Just because we don't want this to show on the bottom, this elastic, so we're gonna work on top of it. Or you can just make a full row of single crochets and just close it the way it is, okay? So 3 chains, 1 and 2 double crochets in that same chain, and then skip 1, 2 in the third one. Make the stitch. Okay, so we're gonna repeat this edge all around again, just to cover this elastic, or you can even cover the elastic here with just a normal row. And then here, this the other side, this the bottom part here, it's exactly the same really. You just have to put it, count 1, 2, 3 rows in that third one. So from this part here, I'm going to make 65 chains. So I'm going to chain 65 and then I'm going to join on the other side. So after I made the 65 chains, I'm going to join on the other side in that same place. So count 1, 2, 3 rows right here with a slip stitch. And then what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to make a full row of single crochets, and I'm going to make 2 single crochets to each row here on the side. So one single crochet right in between the rows and one in the middle of the row, just like this. All around the piece. So single crochet all around here, and then single crochet on top of these chains as well. Boom. And then grab that elastic again, make a slip knot with it. Place inside the other loop and then start working. I'm gonna work on top of the tail there, right on the next stitch, single crochet, and then you can single crochet in the very next one as well. But after this you're gonna skip 1 and then make 2. So skip 1 and then make 1. Skip 1 and then make 1. We're gonna be working around the entire round, around like this, and here as well, the same like we did before. And then we're going to make this extra row, the same row we did on the top here. We're going to make all around it, like you can see here. And then I'm gonna show you how it looks like finished. And here it is, guys, our bottom. As you can see, it's stretchy. And this is a beautiful way to make a stretchy, more lacy type of bikini. You can't really tell there's elastic at all. And it works really well for when you go in the water too. So, and this is the top I made to match with this bottom. I'm gonna leave the tutorial for this top in the next video or down the description below, but if you bought the pattern, it's together, so you can make both the set for this summer. I hope you enjoyed this pattern. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you made yours. I would love to know. If you want to share on Instagram as well, the Instagram is here. And thank you for watching, guys, and I see you on my next tutorial.